Yeah, so look, I'll focus the talk very much on our Escacena project in southern Spain in the Iberian Pyrite Belt. So as you mentioned, I just want to acknowledge the team on the ground that are working really hard to make things happen. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get over to help out on the ground for a few months. But anyway, yeah, so this project, I will be making some forward-looking statements. But I'll just get into some of the highlights. So the first thing I'll just point out is that in our Escacena project, we've only drilled one target, and our first holes in that target were our discovery holes. And with hole 2 giving us a bit over 20 metres at 1.5% copper equivalent, mostly as copper, 7 metres with a high grade section, 7 metres at 3.4% copper equivalent. It's near surface. That was at a downhole depth of about 37 metres. So very shallow. Importantly, this included some high tin grades, and that's important for 2 reasons. One, tin's worth 3 times the price of copper. But secondly, from an exploration point of view, that high tin is associated more typically with very big volcanogenic massive sulphide systems or VMS deposits. 2 of the best examples are Neves Corvo in the same belt as we're exploring, and Kidd Creek in Canada. The second thing is that every drill hole we've put in so far has hit copper mineralisation. We're continuing to expand the target as we go along. The geophysics is working very well. It's a great location. We're surrounded by other mines and with some big mining companies. This part of Spain, I get questions about this a lot, but it's a very good area we've got a very good track record of converting exploration success into mines. And it has great infrastructure, roads, power, you name it. And as you mentioned, Eric, we're right in the middle of our third phase of drilling right now. So why Pan Global? Well, we've got as I said, a new discovery in the near surface, importantly, in a great location in one of the most prolific VMS districts in the world, with world-class deposits like Neves Corvo and Las Cruces. And the exploration potential, the upside where we're drilling at the moment looks excellent. It's open in all directions. And then we've got a bunch of other targets that we haven't even got to yet, and I'll show you a bit about that. So just to show you the location, so our Escacena project, it's about 45 minutes to an hour's drive northwest of Seville. It's got a great road network. We've got sealed road access to the project. The Freeport has a smelter down at Huelva, about 70 kilometres away. You can see some of the other major projects and mines in the belt, and some of the operators, First Quantum, Group of Mexico, Trafigura, Lundin, etc. So great address. And as you said, Eric, this is the place to be when it comes to VMS deposits. It really is elephant country. 9 of the biggest, 9 giant VMS deposits with greater than 100 million tonnes. Includes those really special deposits like Neves Corvo and Las Cruces and others as well. 7 operating mines in the belt, 5 other projects in various stages of advancement. Now some of these are phenomenal ore bodies. Neves Corvo, 250 million tonne VMS deposit. They have some of their what they call the high copper ore, 37 million tonnes grading over 7% copper plus other metals. Las Cruces, they've been mining grades of over 6% in the open pit. So these are great deposits. So this slide I've used before, and it really just compares our discovery at the La Romana prospect deposit, where we've got mineralisation from surface to at least 200 metres depth, and it's still open. And you compare that with some of the mines in the same belt shown in red, and some of the more advanced exploration projects in blue. So Las Cruces, for example, they had to remove 150 metres of cover to get to the top of that ore body. The Trafigura Mubadala joint venture, they've got 3 mines in the belt, not too far away as well, and they range from, they're all underground mines, 400 metres to more than 700 metres depth. Lundin's Neves Corvo mine mining at 1.2 kilometres depth and exploring much deeper than that. So we've got a great advantage here, near surface. It's cheaper and quicker to drill, and I hope it would be cheaper to mine as well, whether it be open pit or underground. So location, strategically located really well with respect to other mines nearby. Atalaya mining the open pit where the Rio Tinto company began. Big open pit copper operation. First Quantum mining at the Las Cruces mine, about 12 kilometres to the east of our property boundary, and Grupo Mexico looking to restart the Asno-Coyar and Los Frailes mines. So, and a couple of other key points here is that this area has really remained unexplored since the mid-1980s when Exxon were operating it, and so and that's quite unique in the Pyrite Belt. To find an area like this. So another thing is that two of the nearest discoveries were found by directly drilling gravity anomalies, and those discoveries were made after Exxon left. So one was at Los Frailes, and the other was hole 1 at Las Cruces, which went straight into the ore body as well, drilling a gravity anomaly. So it's really prospective area. And when I was running Rio Tinto's exploration many years ago, just after Las Cruces, we would have loved to have had access to this area, but that's another story. Anyway, so just looking at a bit more detail at our La Romana prospect, and it just shows the gravity anomaly in the contours in the background. The red is the outline of our phase 3 drill program, which is underway at the moment. And the blue lines here, blue dots are the previous drill holes that we put in late last year and earlier this year, and the red dots are the holes that we've drilled so far in the current drill program. We're waiting for results for all of those holes right now. So the program's been a mixture of pattern drilling, 50-metre centres, mainly in this magenta-coloured downhole EM conductor anomaly, looking to sort of understand the geometry and the grade and thickness and so on, how this where it goes. Most of the drill holes have been in the upper shallow part of this conductor anomaly right near surface. So as we progress, we'll begin to step further out and down dip, etc. We've also drilled some bigger step out holes off to the east, and two of the recent holes, hole 14 and 15, right out here, have both hit massive chalcopyrite in this other conductor, which only had a couple of holes in it before. So that's really exciting. It's really opened this area. And we did some downhole EM in one of those holes just the other week, and we got the results the other day, and that's extended that downhole, that conductor anomaly, another 240 metres to the east. So if this keeps getting better out this way, this is really exciting for us. Just to look at some of the mineralisation, this is from a few of the holes in the current drill program. Stockwork and semi-massive chalcopyrite mineralisation, and some of the massive chalcopyrite that we hit in those big step-out holes way off to the east, which clearly looks like it's going to be pretty high grade. So hopefully this is going to get fatter, and we find a lot more of that. So just looking at the property situation, so the red areas where we've been drilling on the La Romana gravity anomaly. Just draw your attention to an old Exxon hole out here at La Rosa, 9.5 metres at 1.4% copper. It was their last drill hole. There's been no follow-up of that drill hole since they left in 1985. And we've got a series of other big gravity anomalies all lined up between La Romana, La Rosa, and the trending towards the Asno-Coyar open pit. And we have a bunch of other targets here as well. So there's every possibility here, given that we've only tested one target so far, that we could make additional discoveries in this land package. So we're just waiting for this yellow area to be granted, and as soon as we've got that granted, we'll be all over that, and I think we've got every chance of making additional discoveries. So a quick look at the gravity. This compares the La Romana gravity anomaly. You look up here at the gravity response over the Asno-Coyar and Los Frailes massive sulphide deposits, 90 million tonnes and 70 million tonne ore bodies respectively. And some of these other big gravity anomalies in between here that are untested. So these look really attractive to us at this early stage. So plenty to do, and I think we're just at the very beginning of the story. Okay, just sort of zooming in on where we've been drilling. So you can see here most of our drilling on this upper conductor anomaly in the magenta here has been on the upper shallow part of the anomaly. It's completely open and largely untested down dip, coincident IP chargeability anomaly. And then we've got these wider step out holes off to the west in this slightly lower downhole EM conductor. And the two holes with the massive chalcopyrite just in here. And as I said, we've just extended this conductor by another 240 metres to the west, and it's still open in that direction. It's open down dip and probably open up dip as well. So yeah, that's really looks quite attractive for us. Plenty of room for this to grow. Simple long section, east to west. The lower conductor in yellow here again, where we've hit the massive chalcopyrite. Then the other, it seems to be getting better and thicker towards the east. And then if we look at the upper conductor, it looks to be thinner to the east and getting thicker and better towards the west. And then some indications of a third layer of copper a bit higher up in the stratigraphy. So really a classic multi-layered or stacked VMS associated deposit. So just sort of zooming out a bit more, you can see where the two conductor anomalies I showed on the previous slides and the drill hole locations. This also shows some old Exxon IP anomalies here in the sort of grey and blue, and an old mesolar mass anomaly. So that suggests, well, firstly, it coincides very well with the geophysics that we've done and the drill holes with the copper, and it suggests it could extend a few hundred metres further west and perhaps another kilometre to the east. So this gives us an overall strike of this target of over 2 kilometres. So if this all has copper in it, then we could be looking at something pretty significant, not to mention some other targets nearby. So anyway, so the investment case, well, you know, a new copper discovery in a great mining district, copper, tin and silver near surface. The grades look good, potentially suitable for open pit and underground. And it's a great area with lots of mining infrastructure, as I showed. Yeah, the La Romana target, just the first target we've tested, and that's, yeah, it's open in various directions, only a small part of it tested. And then we've got all these other targets to go and test yet. So it looks we're giving ourselves every opportunity to make one or two important discoveries. As I said, we're right in the middle of a 3,500 metre drill program. We've actually just increased that and we've got a second drill rig on site today. So we're going to drill a few more holes now to follow up that massive chalcopyrite that we found over in the east. So and continue the drilling to the west, the pattern drilling to the west as well. So we're hoping obviously to get that other property permitted and start work on those other targets. Mentioned very good board. The team on the ground, we've got a track record of success in the Pyrite Belt and elsewhere. We've made other discoveries there. So hopefully some exciting times ahead. So just quickly looking at our capital structure, we've got about 147 million shares out, 14.5% owned by the insiders, the directors. We've got a very good cash position at the moment, about 3.5 million in the last month. Yeah, that's going to be plenty to see us through this drill program and more, and into next year. So in good shape there. We're also seeing a trickle of the warrants being exercised as well, and that's adding more to the treasury. So yeah, we're in good shape.